All right, guys. So cost of living is going up. Everything is going up in price. So that's what we're gonna talk about today. How you're combating the increase in cost of living, and what are the three main things that are going up in price. So yeah, let's dive right into it. So number one is your rent. Rent is increasing for everybody, and it depends on where you live, how much increase in rent you're going to be paying and how much rent you're going to be paying in general. So for me, I live in a studio, basically. That's what they call it, but it's big enough to be considered a one bedroom. So yeah, but I mean, on paper, it's a studio, and I'm paying, around 20. Well, I was paying 23, or was it? Yeah, I'm paying 2,200, and it just increased 150 bucks. So now I'm paying 2,350, and the studio is only like 600 to 700 square feet. So imagine if I had a one bedroom. One bedroom's going here, or the cost of a one bedroom where I live is around 25 to 2,600. So, and this is Florida, Tampa, Florida. So imagine in a place like New York or a place like LA, maybe even another major city like Chicago. Though, like you're looking at over 3,000 bucks for a typical one bedroom. All right, now I must say I do live downtown, so my rent is a little more expensive. I could have got something a lot cheaper. I could have got something for probably like 16 to 1700. But still, 16 to 1700 is expensive for rent for a one bedroom, right? So, you know, that's the number one cost of, the number one cost that's going up is people's rent. Now, I do see rent coming down with interest rates coming down this year. Hopefully, when interest rates come down, rents will, calm down a bit. I've actually been seeing a little pause in rent increases. I actually thought my rent was gonna go up, to like 300 bucks before this prior rent increase. The previous place that I lived, they try to increase my rent like 500-600 bucks. I stood there the first year, they increased it like 300, and then the second time they try to increase it like 400 or 500 bucks. So literally $1,000, $1,000 increase within 2 years of living there. And I was like, I'm not going to do that. So I definitely I had to move from that specific location. But yeah. And then also, so, before we go into the other two things that are increasing, um, the actually no, let's get into the other things on the list that are increasing. So transportation is increasing. Now, if you want a standard car, like even the standard cars like are going for like 30, 40. Now, obviously I'm talking about a brand new vehicle, 30, 40,000. If you want to get a Honda, if you want to get a Toyota, if you want to get a Hyundai, a brand new, vehicle like that is going to run you 30 to 40,000 with taxes. Now, you may get it for, the sticker price may be like, let's say 25 to 30,000, but after you pay the interest, you'll probably be paying the car off for 3 to 5 years. An average car right now is going to run you 30 to 40,000. Now, you could get a used car. That's always an option, right? But you're going to run into maintenance issues, and you're still going to have to, you typically still pay on the car for 5 to 10 years. Not a lot of people are paying their car off cash. They're either getting it financed, they're leasing it, which is probably, I do lease my vehicle, so it's a better option for me. But I'm actually thinking about buying a vehicle once my lease comes up in April, or not April, August. So, yeah, and I'm thinking about purchasing a vehicle. I'm looking to get an electric vehicle so I can save on gas, because a lot of these apartment complexes, they offer free electric parking. Free electric parking. Yeah, free electric parking. They have the little charger, so it's free. Um, but yeah, I mean, a typical car right now is gonna run you, if you get it brand new, 30 to 40,000. I remember when you were able to get a new car for 15 to 20,000. Now parts have gone up in price, and dealerships are looking to make money. So, that's the second cost that has gone up in price. Now, you don't have to get a car. If you live downtown like I do, I could potentially not get a car too. I was thinking about that. I was saying maybe I can Uber everywhere. Maybe I can use Lyft and all those services to get around, and maybe it'll be cheaper. Because right now I pay 460 for my car payment, and then my insurance every 6 months is about $1,000. So that probably equates to like 160 or 170, every month. So you're looking at around $600 plus for transportation. So if I could keep my, Uber and Lyft, whatever rides below 600, I could probably be making out. And I could definitely do that. They have a grocery store, real close to me. I could literally walk to it within, a minute. It doesn't take long. But I just feel like if you live in Tampa, like you just need a car. Like if you take, it could get real expensive. Like Uber could get real expensive really fast, right? Like if you're going 20 to 30 minutes out, you're probably going to spend, $25 going and then $25 coming back. So that'd be $50 every time you do a trip like that. And, forget about it if you're going to places like Orlando or I would even take a Uber to Miami. I would just get a rental at that point. I wouldn't be Ubering that far. But yeah, that was something I was thinking about. I was thinking about, maybe doing that. If I don't do that, I'm definitely going to get an electric car. That's what I'm going to do. Because again, the apartment complex offers free charging, so why not take advantage of it? All right. So that's the second cost. Third cost is food costs. Obviously, food is going up in price. Whether you go out to a restaurant, whether you're doing meal prep, whether you're just buying stuff at the grocery store, food is going up in price. So, every time I go to Publix or Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, or, a Target, and I'm buying food, I feel like I always spend like $40 plus for like some basic stuff. So, food is going up in price. And for a person like me, I should prep my food, but it's just, to cook and do all that. I could buy a meal prep service, but again, that's going to cost money to do that. It's not going to be any cheaper. I think I spend probably around 600 to $1,000 on food. It's probably more towards the end of that range, like probably like 900 to 1,000 each month, and that includes going out, buying stuff, and I'll get a little bit of groceries. The only thing I make at home is my smoothie. So, yeah, it's not, food is going up in price, and it's just me. So imagine if you had kids, if you had, maybe you have pets too. You got to buy food for the pets, and pets are eating like some fancy stuff these days, right? They got like all different types of stores for pets. So food is going up in price. So those are the three. Those are the three things that are going up: rent, transportation, and food. Now you can't use the excuse anymore, like, oh, the average person, the average person, you know, it doesn't want to make that much money. At this point, it's really not, an option anymore because wages are not going up to meet the increase in cost of living, right? So you might get like a little increase in your pay, but it's not matching inflation and all these other things that are going, like it's not matching up the cost of living. So, you have to, supplement your primary job, or get an increase in pay in your primary job. You know, before you could make 30 to 40,000 and be okay. And again, the I'm talking about, you know, I was just talking about me. You know, again, a lot of you do have kids, a lot of you do have other responsibilities. So again, the 30 to $40,000 paying job is not going to be good enough to to um, to you know account for this increase in prices. So yeah, and people just need to be aware that cost of living is going up. I know people. It's kind of like one of those sneaky things. You know, you'll start to see little things go up in price like gas. You know, grocery store it's kind of hard to tell, but they do increase the prices. Like I'm looking at like I don't eat cereal anymore, but I was looking at the cereal boxes, and you know, like $8 to $10 for a cereal box. All right, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people eat cereal. So you're paying that. What does that last you? Maybe like a week, and then also you got to get milk with that. Milk has gone up. You know, you get a gallon of milk, it's like $5 to $6. So you know, it's just like 15, $16 to have cereal for. You know, and some of you eat cereal twice a day. So that's, you know, maybe close to $30 a week just on cereal. So yeah, I say all this to say, you know, you need to be aware of this, and then two, make sure you're doing what you need to do to account for this increase in price for transportation, food, and rent. A lot of you will just sit there and kind of just what I see people do is cutting on costs, which is a good thing too. I guess you could cut on some costs that you don't need, but it gets to a certain point where you're cutting on costs, and then like you know your how do you call it? Your living situation just gets worse and worse and worse, and nobody really wants to live like that. Now, obviously, I'm not saying you need to have the finest things in life, but again, it's getting to a point where costs are going up so much that you have no choice but to make more money. It's not about being in love with money. It's not about, oh, money, you're making money, you're master, and all this other stuff. No, it's prices are going up. You might see in the next 5 to 10 years that a one bedroom might not be $2,000. It might be a standard like $3,000. So, you know, it's just the reality. And if you don't combat the reality of prices going up, you are going to fall behind substantially. So, yeah, that's what I just wanted to get on today. This one's going to be short, this live stream. I just wanted to talk about the cost of living. It was just something that I noticed. I'm pretty sure you guys are noticing it. So, let me know in the comments below if, you know, what else is going up in price and what you're doing to combat that. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.